Yes, people, what is good? Welcome back to AFC Talk Show TV. It is your boy MK the Don 14 back again with another Operation Gunners episode 3. We're just going to get straight into it. Manchester City versus Arsenal 4-1 on Wednesday night. It was a heartbreaking result, and also coming in today, which I don't think any Arsenal fans expected for them to do anything. They have got a 2-1 win against Fulham. Against Fulham at Craven Cottage. That means they are 1 point above us, with obviously a game in hand. So possibly 4 points they could end up with if, of course, their Brighton game in hand goes to plan. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. It was a horrible game from an Arsenal point of view. Mikel Arteta got his tactics wrong, and yeah, it was just a horrible game. Obviously, there is no guests with me today. Normally, I will be getting some of the guests in, but there will be an odd show where it is just me, mostly because that game was just so disappointing last week. I just thought I'd hop on and have my say. Obviously, we finished with expected goals. Manchester City 2.51. Obviously, they got 4 in the end. Arsenal 0.48. Obviously, we got 1. Disappointing. Total shots 14 to our 8. I just want to talk on Pep's tactics first of all. His tactics was outbinding. You know, he stored Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne to do a job, and quite honestly, they did do that job. It was more how he set the team up differently to how he normally plays with a lot of high pressing and tactical football, and then all of a sudden to then go from playing really well against obviously the teams like Bayern Munich and other teams who they've just outplayed this season, to then go from that to, of course, playing us with that sort of on their mind, where they just absolutely destroyed us. You know, they absolutely outplayed us. There was players in there, like the likes of Saka, likes of Martinelli, even Zinchenko, Gabriel. Ben White, who just looked absolutely lost, and to be honest, it could have been 4-1. Does us a little bit of justice, a little bit of relentless in a way, because they did switch the gas. They did pull the gas up, and I want to talk about our substitutions first. Who did come on? Nelson come on, looked like the game was changing. Trossard obviously come on as well. Eddie come on, and Jorginho come on. I think that Partey was one of the worst players on the pitch, and I can't lie that he was absolutely terrible. And for me, this was one of the worst games I've seen him in an Arsenal shirt, and Gabriel as well. He was absolutely shocking as well. But I just want to say, big up Pep and Manchester City. They did do a blinder, to be honest with you, and they really did deserve the victory. But yep, that of course was a tough one, and it doesn't get any easier. I think the players need to have that mentality of, we're not gonna give up. I think a lot of fans, I'm just going to bring us into this next one, title race over. I think it is, but personally, I can't turn around and be like, I don't want the players to be like, oh, it's over, you know what I mean? And let me just stick a question mark next to that. There we go. So yeah, title race over. I think personally it is. I don't see City slipping up after beating us, but crazier things have happened in football many times. I just think Pep got this one spot on. He absolutely played Mikel Arteta, absolutely schooled him, bro. And yeah, Arteta, big up your goddamn self in the comments. Come out. Wish City will lose 2 matches. So do I, mate. So do I. Aston, I really do as well. That's what I want. I want that as well, my bro. Let's just hope that they do, but I can't see that happening. Obviously, I think the players with this mentality, if the players have this mentality, then we've got, you know what I mean, then the season's finished. So I hope the players don't share this mentality and take this mentality onto Tuesday's game against Chelsea. But we're going to do player ratings now. So we're going to do player ratings, get this over and done with, and then we're going to look on towards Arsenal versus Chelsea preview. So first of all, Ramsdale goal. I actually think that he saved us in many ways. Let's be real now. Ireland had a few decent shots that he couldn't get past him. They had 9 shots on target. Let's just be real here. To be honest, it was an absolute mad one, to be honest with you. And the mentality of us to go there, I think it's a little bit of where man management comes in with Mikel as well. I'm going to talk about him once I get to his rating. But quite honestly, I think that he was a little bit. It's like watching when Arsene Wenger used to not change his tactics against anyone, but then you used to see Sir Alex Ferguson. He was the best at it. You know? Whenever they played other teams, he just had the one DM in there. As soon as he played Arsenal, bang, 2 DMs. You know what I mean? To shut out that possibility. So every decent manager, every great manager has that mentality to change it, swap and change. You know, and Pep did that in this one. He had De Bruyne and Haaland absolutely smoking it. Grealish was on smoke, you know, and even John Stones ended up getting a goal as well. De Bruyne scored 2. We just got absolutely outclassed, and the stats are just absolutely mental. To be quite honest, the stats of Haaland, he was absolutely brilliant. I'm just looking at Grealish. Grealish created 4 chances in that game. He was a part of all the chances in there as well. Actually passing for us, obviously 73 passes for Rob Holding. That just goes to show that Rob Holding, everyone weren't picking on Partey. Whenever Partey had the ball, whenever Xhaka had the ball, whenever Odegaard had the ball, City pressed us really well. But when it was kept back with Holding, with Gabriel, it just didn't feel like they cared. And why should they? They were absolutely dominant. And I think this is where Mikel should have actually changed his tactics. I think we could have went there maybe with a back 5. And maybe this is where it comes into injuries as well. If Tomiyasu and Saliba obviously both got injured in the Europa League game, that's always going to get hard. That's always going to be hard to take. And it was just chaos. Obviously, Jack Grealish, successful dribbles, 100% obviously completed. Haaland as well. He was just absolutely amazing. Let's go through player ratings. So I got a little bit carried away there. So Ramsdale in goal, I think he actually saved us with some of the shots that he was saving. It could have been 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? So Ramsdale, I'm going to give a 6-2. I think I can't give him higher than that because of the way we played, but I'm going to give him a 6. Ben White, I think this was his worst game in an Arsenal shirt. I think he's lost confidence since Saliba went out. He hasn't been looking his normal self. I don't think he trusts Rob Holding next to him on that right hand side. I think he feels more confident with Saliba there, which is fair. But we need to make sure that we actually get someone in who can. If a Saliba gets injured next season, when we've got Champions League to go for as well as the league, you know, we've got to make sure this don't happen again. So I'm going to give him probably about a 3. Holding. He got the goal. So I'm going to give him a 5 because he got a goal. I don't think he was that great anyway, to be quite honest. Gabriel, I think a 4. He was shocking for me. Zinchenko, I'm going to give a 3. Didn't really see much of him. Didn't really do much. Odegaard, I'm going to give a 4. Didn't really see much. Partey, I'm going to give 3. Wasteful in possession at times. Was shocking at times as well. Not happy at all. Xhaka as well lost his temper at the end. Another thing about Ben White as well. Right, show a bit of fight during the game. Not after the game, don't get in their faces, man. Just show a bit of fight during the game. I know there's a risk of getting sent off and that, but bloody hell, man. Like there's a risk getting sent off after the game as well as during it, you know. So that's that. So Xhaka, I think I've done Xhaka already. Apologies if I haven't. Saka, barely saw him. I'm going to give him a 4. Jesus, barely saw him. I'm going to give him a 4. Martinelli didn't really do much. I'm going to give him a 4 as well. I think I'm not being too harsh. I don't think I am anyway. I might be. Trossard didn't really do too much. Standard 5. Smith Rowe, lively-ish. I didn't really see him on there, to be honest. Standard 5. Eddie, 5. And Nelson, probably one of the best players since he come on. I don't know whether that because City turned down a gear, but I thought he was very good. Looked lively after coming on. Actually, Trossard, sorry, I'm going to give Trossard a 6 because he come on got the assist as well. It says here he come on the 60th minute, so that's decent for him. Smith Rowe, didn't too much see him on there as well, but yeah, now we're going to get down to manager. Right, so Mikel, you've changed me around this year. Don't get me wrong, you've changed me around, and quite honestly, you've really changed a lot of Arsenal fans, you know. And I was strongly against what you were doing at times at Arsenal, but you've absolutely made it into Fortress, the Emirates, even though the last few games haven't been. But this game, you didn't change nothing. Even when we went 1-0 down, you didn't change nothing. And that is the disappointing thing. So I'm going to give you your lowest rating of my perspective this season, probably about a 3. You didn't get nothing right, mate. Honestly, it's probably me being nice because of the season we've had. Is the title race over for me? Yes, but I don't want players to have that mentality. That's what I said earlier. Now, let's get into the big one. Well, more pressure on us than there is on Chelsea. Let's get that straight. Chelsea are going to be a tough one. Don't get me wrong. We are heavily favourites, obviously, but this is maybe a sort of thing that Chelsea will want to get one over on us, kick us while we're down after the last few results. My title race was over when we drew against Southampton. I thought, West Ham. When we threw away the 2-0 lead against West Ham, I thought it was done. And then Southampton just proved it that we're going 3-1 down. Yeah, we drew the game, but done. You know what I mean? But the players can't have that mentality. I want the players to still think there is a chance until it's mathematically impossible, because there is. And maybe it's just me like being a little bit like hot-headed with it all, but I don't think we're going to win it. City are City. Look at the difference between them. Look at the caliber of players they've got. Like, oh my God, watching players like De Bruyne, Haaland, it's unbelievable. We want to be on that wave path, and we're getting, like, slowly but surely, we will get there. You know what I mean? Next season is going to be vital. I will be doing a keep or sell video debating whether just to record that or do an actual live with that, but I will get that uploaded straight away. But yeah, preview Arsenal versus Chelsea. We have been mocking this lot quite some time now. Kicking them while they're down would be amazing. I think Tuesday night is going to be a tough one. Injuries for that one, obviously Elneny. I don't think he will play, as well as Tomiyasu and Saliba. Saliba's still no injury news on that. Elneny, a few days with a knee injury. Tomiyasu, ligament injury mid-May, they're suggesting. Obviously, Chelsea they've got quite a lot of injuries as well. So Mount ain't going to be until June. Broja, ain't seen him late August 2023, so he's out. Havertz, knee injury, that's doubtful as well. Koulibaly, a few days, muscle injury. Cucurella, injured as well, strain injury. One of their youths. Big man Mason Mount. And Reece James. I didn't even realise Reece James is injured. So, yeah. So, basically, it is going to be that one here. Arsenal ranked second in goals scored per match, 2.4 goals. Obviously, we didn't have that in the last one. Haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 games, Arsenal. Not good. Arsenal have won their previous 3 matches against Chelsea. Obviously, we have won our last 3, obviously November, and then a club friendly, even if we're not counting a club friendly. Oh, yeah, the club friendly has to be counted. So obviously 4-0 on the club friendly 2022 and 4-2 in April 2022 as well. And speaking of that, we were actually in a poor run of form when we faced them when we won 4-2 against them. I think it was that one. Yeah, 4-2 against them, I believe. And Eddie scored in that game, I believe, as well. Yeah, Eddie scored twice, and that was when Smith Rowe and obviously Saka as well. That was a very good night. But yeah, so possible lineup. I personally want Ramsdale in goal. Ben White is going to play. Rob Holding's got a goal in there as well. Gabriel as well, even though he's been disappointing. I think he's got to start because of I don't really think the other guys got experience in that moment yet. I would like to see Kieran Tierney come in for Zinchenko. I think Kieran Tierney can give us that width that we need without getting too inverted. Yeah, I would love to see Kieran Tierney in there. Obviously, midfield pivots of Odegaard, Granit Xhaka, Thomas. Odegaard, Jorginho, and Granit Xhaka, I think, should be the ones. This is where it gets sticky. Front three, I'd go for Jesus up front. Jesus up front on the right, I'd go for right Trossard, left Reece Nelson. Left Reece Nelson, Trossard right. Yeah, I'll go for that one there. Yeah. Obviously, our last few games against Chelsea have been decent. Going on just home games, we lost in 2021, August 2020, August of 2022, or in August, 2-0 we lost against Chelsea there. 1st of August, obviously, that was a club friendly as well. And then 13th of May, it was when we won. When Emmanuel Smith Rowe. We beat these guys in the FA Cup as well. Obviously, FA Cup final. Aubameyang scoring those amazing goals. Beautiful from him. But we have won overall previous 37 matches. Arsenal have won 13, 35%. Draws 9, and Chelsea have won 15, 41%. So this would be a nice time to beat them again, get the double over them. Make their season even worse because they can still get relegated. So that was the lineups. I actually forgot to change that there. It is almost the end of the show, but I do want to quickly say this. We will be going live on Friday night at 9 p.m. it looks like at the moment, but that will be announced on the Instagram, AFC Talk Show TV. But yeah, it's the return of Deji Spurs coming on the channel and 2 extra Spurs fans who are coming on the channel making their first appearance. Obviously, yeah, most of you may remember Oris Talks Football YouTube when I went on there at the beginning of the season with Deji Spurs and the other 2 Spurs fans as well. Well, obviously, a lot of those Spurs fans were getting very, very hyped at the beginning of the season when they come to the Emirates. And obviously we slapped them in that game and slapped them away from home as well. And Deji said a couple of things about winning a trophy, winning the Champions League or Premier League this season. And he calls us the bottle jobs. But yeah, okay. But yes, anyway, big up everyone else who's joined us live. Big up people. Quick one here today, of course. I have got some match programs. If you guys want to see me have a look through these, let me know. Or if you want to buy them, then give me DM. I've got literally all the programs there as well, can post as well. So big up your god themselves. Obviously, subscribe to AFC Talk Show TV If you would like to be on the show, even if you're a neutral, even if you're not an Arsenal fan, you can still get on the show, even if it's Championship, Scottish Premier League, even the National League. Come on, have your say, and we'll have a little show. Big up, everyone. Obviously, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Make sure you like and subscribe in a bit. MK the Don 14, and I'm out of here. See you guys in a bit. Subscribe.